Alola everyone, it's the Munch and welcome back to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Last episode we hunted after the Guardians of Alola, the Tapus, all the way from Koko to Finny and caught them all. And today we've got a very special episode because we're going to be going after a certain Z Crystal that's a little bit hidden in the game. And that is going to be the Evium Z, the special Z Crystal for Eevee. And it all starts right here on the Royal Avenue. You guys may have noticed there's actually a huge department store kind of place here. Or I guess kind of what replaced the department store in Sun and Moon, and that is the Thrifty Mega Mart. Welcome, where the sales are explosive. Here, have a special discount coupon. Nice, thank you very much, sir. And if you guys are excited for another episode, make sure to hit that like button because we're about to get to it. In here is actually where this whole Evium Z quest begins because we've got to talk to a very special attendant here that only wants to talk to you after you become champion of Alola. So we could have done this a little bit ago, but I've waited until now. So either way, let's talk to him. Thanks for choosing the Thrifty Mega Mart. Hold on a second there, pal. You look to me like a kid, but I can tell just by looking at you that you're a pretty decent trainer. Sure, I'm just a part-time worker now, pounding away at the register with a smile on my face, but once I was a trainer, traveling around on my island challenge too. I even made a pretty fair name for myself. Kagatora, the Eevee user. That was me. But then I got a wife, and then I had a kid. Now I face a new trial called the mortgage, and I work here to prepare me for the most grand trial of all, old age and retirement. But never mind all that. Look, there's something I'd like to ask an able young trainer like you to do for me. Back in my heyday, there were these 8 old trainers I was always trying to beat. They all use Pokemon that evolved from Eevee. How would you feel about taking them on? If you say that Kagatora sent you, I'm sure they'll agree to a battle. If you can beat them all for me, I'll have something to give you. It'll be worth it. So just ask me if you want to know more about any of them. Alright, and this is the beginning of the quest. Now that we've talked to this guy, we can actually go after all of these trainers that he was talking about, and I guess we can also ask him where they might be. So, obviously, all the way from Vaporeon to Sylveon, we can find them all. Actually, I'm not sure where the Sylveon user is. The queen of fairy Pokemon, Sakura, the Sylveon user. The pure young maiden was adored by fairy-type Pokemon who saw her as queen. Even wild beasts were captivated when her Sylveon appeared before them. I heard that she was a descendant of the nomadic sea folk. That's the best hint I can give for you to find her. So it sounds like she's at the sea folk village of Pony Island, though I'm not sure exactly where, but I do know where every single other Eevee user is, and so we're going to begin our quest on the first island of Alola, or at least the first one that we ever explored, Melee Island, and there are 3 evolutions that we can actually find here. So the first one that we're going to go to is at the trainer school, so let's fly over to Route 1, and it's time once again, Charizard, fly you fool! I don't think I can ever get tired of saying that, but right over here is the trainer school, and we were here not that long ago actually. Right after we became champion of Alola, I came here because you can actually take on the principal of this school as well for a King's Rock, and that is definitely very helpful if you're trying to complete the Pokedex, because you definitely need one for Politoed and Slow King. But we're not here for any King's Rocks. We're here to face off against the first of the Eevee users, and I'm pretty sure this is actually her here. So, as you guys can notice from the layout there, I've got the Tapus with me today, and we're going to try them out in battle against these Eevee users. Now, this lady here, I believe, is going to be the Vaporeon user, or Vaporeon. I don't know why I said that so weird, but you're not one of the students, are you? What do you want from an old cleaning lady? Are you the Vaporeon user? Well, yes, I suppose I am. What's that? Kagatora sent you to battle me? I don't mind, but no complaints out of you for having to take on this bent old woman. Okay, I'm not really sure what that means, but these old people, man, they're pretty crazy. It was actually kind of funny how Kagatora introduced this whole story like, yeah, now I'm battling with Mortgage. I don't know, he's a pretty funny guy there, but basically we've got to take on all of these Eevee users in order to get the Evium Z, and it all starts with Vaporeon here, so let's take her on. And thankfully I did put Tapu Koko up first. I guess I kind of did it on purpose because, of course, Tapu Koko is an electric type, and we'll be able to make quick work of this Vaporeon. But before we get to that, I actually want to show off the Guardian of Alola, the signature Z move of all of the Tapus, or the Guardians. So let's go for it. We actually got this Z Crystal a long time ago now. After we became champion, Tapu Koko dropped the Takunium Z, and you can make any of the Tapus hold it for this signature Z move, so let's do it. The Guardian of Alola is rising, and oh my gosh, what is going on? There's a giant jelly bean man. Koko Smash! Oh, that is crazy. Now, I think this attack actually always leaves the opponent with 25% HP left, or I guess a fourth, so kind of like how Nature's Madness always cuts their HP in half, this one will cut it by 75%, so either way, pretty awesome attack there, I gotta say. The animation was amazing, and now we can finish off this Vaporeon with a little Volt Switch, because all of these EV users are actually only gonna have one Pokemon. It's like the only, I guess, disappointing thing about them is they don't have enough. But if you want to see a rainbow, you've got to wait for it to stop raining. I like that it was thundering in the background, though. Every rain cloud has its end, and no one can win against Time's March. Now I'm retired from training, and I spend my days with Vaporeon cleaning these windows. But how's that boy Kagetora doing? Is he well? I'm not sure about well. He's kind of working at the Thrifty Mega Mart, but hey, at least he's made a name for himself as the all-important EV user, and he is the holder of the EVM Z crystal, so that's pretty important in itself. But that is the first EV user down, and I think there's 6 more to go. Actually, there's more than that. I'm pretty sure there are 8 evolutions now, so we've got 7 more to go, and the next one we're going to be going after is actually at the Howoli Cemetery, which we've been to before as well, so it's time again, Charizard! And here we are on Route 2 this time. We're going to head into the cemetery. There's a pretty cool event that you can do here at nighttime if you haven't already. There's a lady that sits here by like this grave with a Machamp, and I think we did it a couple of episodes ago. I'm pretty sure this guy over here is our next EV user. I'd better hurry home or that son of mine will go beretting again and wandering off. Ah, the Umbreon user, I see. That tale is decades old by now. How old are you, boy? Well, you're not wrong. I was once known as Brayden, the Umbreon user. And you know, young Kagetora, how is that little whippersnapper? Sure, I don't mind battling with you, though I'm due to check into the hospital soon. Oh my gosh, why are these all so, like, depressing? I guess they're not really depressing, but they're all just old people, and they've accepted the fact that they're old, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess they are old, so you might as well accept it. But young Kagetora isn't actually quite so young. He's also a pretty big boy. I don't know, I guess compared to these old men, though, and I guess old women as well with the Vaporeon user, Kagetora would be pretty young. Anyway, I kind of forgot to switch out Tapu Koko. I wanted to go for a different Tapu here to take on Umbreon, but it's a little too late now. Either way, I did give Tapu Koko the Dazzling Gleam, which he normally doesn't have, so we're going to go for that, which is definitely super effective, and I don't know what the heck that Umbreon just did. I'm not sure what that attack does, but here you go, buddy. Take another Dazzling Gleam to the face, and that should probably take him down there. I guess since there are 8 evolutions, that means that we can take on 2 with each Tapu. So it's pretty cool that I actually brought the Tapus along for this battle because we can definitely use them all. There are times when there's a full moon. There are also times you can't see the moon at all. Okay then. Whether it's talking about something sad like going to the hospital or just blabbering random nonsense, these EV users are definitely something. No night can ever be endless. Dawn comes and snatches away the dark. I feel that light creeping into my life, blotting out the stars and stealing away the night. People used to talk about me once, said I was immortal and such nonsense. I was just in the hospital a long while, that's all. But human life does end. Anyway, you give Kagetora my regards. Man, this guy is just, actually all the EV users are just saying things that I do not want to be hearing right now. But that's 2 down and I guess 6 more to go. And there's still 1 more here on Melee Island, right in Iki Town. So we're going to fly over there next. We were actually just there last episode getting Tapu Koko. So let's go, Charizard. Definitely a familiar little town here, and I don't think it's actually up here. It's in one of the houses for sure, but I also wanted to check up on Hau and the team Numbskull Grunts here. I guess they're still going at it with their sumo match, but I believe inside one of these houses here, we can find a EV user, or I guess the next EV user that we've got to take on. And if I'm not mistaken, it should be this house here. I think it's actually that lady with the green dress. But before we take her on, I'm going to switch on over to Tapu Lele, because the next evolution that we're going to be taking on, I think, is Glaceon. Let's find out. When is that grandson of mine coming home? Yes, she is the Glaceon user. Well, I am Ria, who used to always use Glaceon in battle. You're friends with Kagetora? Sure, I'll battle you. I'll get it over with in no time, don't you worry. You mean I'll get it over with? Because I don't think there's any way this lady's about to win. Oh, that's a really nice little wave she's got there. Oh, no. Old people are kind of cute sometimes. Only sometimes, though. But the ones in Pokemon are definitely all super cute. But here we've got the Glaceon coming out, and Tapu Lele is going to be the one to take it on. And I guess also whatever the next evolution is. But Just like Tapu Koko, and as I mentioned, every single Tapu has got the signature move. It's the same one, but I don't know if there's actually any difference. So let's try it out. The Nature's Madness will become Guardian of Alola once again. And it is time, guys, for the Z Power. Man, I love using Z moves. They're just so awesome. And this one is definitely no exception. You can definitely see it looks the same so far, but considering it's called the same thing, Guardian of Alola, I was expecting it would be the same Z move. It's also the same Z crystal, so either way, summon the giant Jelly Bean Man and crush away Tapu Lele. Bam! Yep, as I suspected, it will always leave the enemy at 1/4 HP, so not really the greatest attack. I mean, I guess it is pretty good if you're using it against something with like a lot of HP or a lot of defense or special defense or whatever, because it will always inflict a whole bunch of damage, 75%. But we can definitely finish it off with a Moonblast here. Oh, Ria's got a full restore. Huh, that's definitely unexpected. I don't know, the last person didn't use a full restore, so, or I guess the Vaporeon user, which we definitely used the same attack against him, the Z move, but I'm sure that it'll go down eventually regardless, so one more Moonblast coming your way. And I've also just noticed that weather is completely independent of the terrain that's up, because we have the Psychic terrain up right now, but there's definitely still hail as well, so that is definitely something to note I wasn't really aware of, I guess. Summer ice is such, or much thought after, but no one even glances at winter ice. I'm starting to realize they all talk about something relating to their evolution. It's not just random nonsense, but even the drifting snow will melt away. The only thing I want out of life now is to spend as much time as I can with my grandchildren. You tell Kagatora that's my biggest worry now. I don't want him sending more trainers after me. Oh man, well that sucks. I guess I'm gonna be the last one to ever do this EV challenge here. Where the heck are this lady's grandkids, by the way? Who are her grandkids? I'm not really sure. Maybe it's this little kid outside with the Rockruff? Or that guy over there? Did you know when a Rockruff really likes you, it rubs against you with the stones on its neck? But it does kind of hurt. I was about to say, that seems a little bit painful. My little bro is always coming home covered in mud, just like his Pokemon. The two of them are more alike than he and I are. That's really great. This was actually one of the first scenes we ever saw in one of the trailers of Sun and Moon, where we first saw Rockruff. But we're not talking about Rockruff today. We're talking about a slightly different little four-legged animal, and that means we're going after the next evolution, which is actually on Akala Island. So we're heading off to Hia City, or I still don't know how to say that, but I do know how to say one thing, and that's fly, you fool! And we're actually heading off to the Tide Song Hotel. It's been quite a while since we went there, and I'm honestly not sure if there's anything to do here in the post-game, but we're definitely going to go check it out, talk to some peeps here, because it has certainly been a while. Time to visit the ranch. Oh, hey, they got a little Corsola. That's pretty cute. But I believe the EV user should be over here. I'm looking for like an old person, but I'm not sure if this is actually going to be an old person. Maybe they're not all old. Maybe it's actually this dancing lady over here. Okay, I can see you're clearly just singing a song right now, so that is definitely not the person. But this janitor looks a little more suspicious. What is it? You need something from me? Are you the Flareon user? Oh, I see. So you know Kagatora. You would like a Pokemon battle from me? How nostalgic. It's been quite some time. Alright, let's do it, dude. And we do have our Tapu Lele still, so not exactly going to be the best against a Flareon, but Flareon user Chad is coming out. And Flareon is actually one of my favorite evolutions personally, because I just love fire-type Pokemon, so let me know what you guys' favorite evolution is down in the comments, and we'll see actually, because I feel like everyone has their own favorite evolution. I don't think I've met like a person that doesn't have one different to myself. Unless, of course, yours is Flareon, in which case, hey, we're besties now. But, yeah, definitely let me know what your favorite evolution is, and we'll see in the comments how crazy it can get, because I'm pretty sure each evolution will have someone say that that's their favorite. Or maybe I should ask what your least favorite is, because, I don't know. I feel like every evolution is super cool in their own way, but there's definitely some that I feel like people would like more than others. Either way, mine is definitely Flareon. Sad to say that, though, because we're going to be taking one down right now, but the Psychic is going to finish him off, and that is it for you, Chad. All these people think they're going to have this cool, epic battle, but then they just get destroyed by my Tapus. Yes, yes. That guy didn't have much to say. A fire needs fuel to keep on burning, but once the fuel is burnt up, only ash remains. My work in life is over. I've reached retirement. All that is left of my life is the ashes. Me and Flareon are done with battling. I'd rather just go to Lomi Lomi and relax. What is Lomi Lomi? Is there another island on Alola that we don't know about yet? Or is he talking about those massages? I don't really know. Speaking of which, though, I kind of want to go get a massage myself. I was thinking of going and doing that later on, so maybe that'll happen, but that's a story for another time. For now, we're going after the next evolution, which is going to be at the other hotel of Akala, the Hano Grand Resort. So let's go, Charizard! And here we are. We don't actually have to go inside of the hotel, though, because I believe this next EV user is going to be right on the beach. And I guess now we know to kind of look out for an older person, because most of these EV users so far are definitely a little bit older. But before we do, I'm going to go ahead and put up Tapu Bulu, actually. We're going to do them in order. So Bulu goes next, and Feeny is definitely last but not least. But a little bit higher up on the beach here, we've got all these sandy patches, and the only person I see here is actually this lady. It's about time for my appointment with the beautician. What? She's actually kind of young. Are you the Leafeon user? Well, yes, I suppose I am. Who might you be, child? Oh, a friend of sweet little Kagetora's. Of course I'd be delighted to battle you. I still have some spirit left in me. Okay, I'm not sure if really she's younger. Maybe she was like the same age as Kagetora when they first battled, but this is Leafeon user Linnea. Definitely a lot younger than the other evolution users, unless maybe like the original evolution user like passed away and maybe handed down the Leafeon to her daughter or something. I don't really know, but we're definitely taking on Leafeon here, which is really appropriate considering Tapu Bulu here is the grass and fairy type Tapu. But before we get to any grass moves, actually he doesn't even have any grass moves, but we're going to go for the signature Z move, the Guardian of Alola. And holy moly, that Leafeon is actually faster than us. That is crazy. It's not often that we see a Pokemon faster than us, but here we go. It's time for another Z-Power. And I just love Tapu Bulu when he goes into his totem form. I mean, I don't know if it's called totem form, but that's what I'm going to call it. Either way, looks like we've gathered all the pieces of Exodia, and it's time to summon him. Tapu Bulu is going to become the head, and it's time to smash! Wha-bam! Oh man, I keep thinking it's going to get one shot, but I keep forgetting that it always does the same amount of HP. It's just such a powerful attack that you'd think, you know, the Leafeon would just get destroyed in one hit, but nope, not today. Anyway, Tapu Bulu does have the Mega Horn, which is super effective, as long as we can hit it, because I'm pretty sure it has a low accuracy, as the Leafeon goes for Synthesis anyway, so we're going to have to hit this Mega Horn here if we want to take it out, and we do. So goodbye, Leafeon. And that is now 5 evolutions down, and I think 3 more to go? Yeah, should be 3 more to go. Intense battle is a lot for my old body to bear. Your body doesn't really look that old, lady. Talk about cougar. The flower that blooms will wilt and fall. The stalk will wither and return to the earth. But not for Leafeon and me. We refuse to accept such a reality. I will do everything that money and medicine can do to keep my looks, but my bones can't help telling the truth. At any rate, do say hello to Kagetora for me. That is a little weird. I wonder how old she actually is. Either way, that is the final evolution for Akala Island. There's only 2 on here. And actually, there's only 2 on Ula Ula as well. So the next one we're going to be going for is going to be Jolteon. And that's located in Mali City. So let's go once again, Charizard. Fly me away to a special place. And here we are in Mali City. Now, the Jolteon user is actually in a building that we never got to explore during the playthrough, and that is the Mali Community Center. I think it's all the way here in the corner, and you can actually find a certain clothes store that I never got to visit either, but experience a real community culture. Let's get in here and experience the real Pokemon community, not the YouTube one that is all about drama and bashing each other. Are you a trial goer? You should take this then. What the heck? This guy just randomly gave us a strange souvenir. Made up of the image and the guardian Tapu who protected our islands. Some people hold on to them as amulets, hoping that the image of the Tapu will protect them. Which Tapu exactly are you talking about? Because if this is the same strange souvenir from Pokemon X and Y, then to me it doesn't really look like any certain one. Where is it, actually? I'm pretty sure I have more than one of them because, wait, what the heck? Ah, the strange souvenir. I do have two of them. An ornament depicting a mysterious Pokemon that has been venerated as a guardian deity in Alola. It doesn't really look like any certain one of the Tapus. I guess it could just be kind of like a representation of all of them, but I believe this lady here should be the next Eevee user. Yawn, the old eyes are getting tired. Are you the Jolteon user? Why, excuse me, yes, I suppose I am. I'm Jane. Eevee? Kagatora? I'm sorry, child, I don't remember them. I do remember Pokemon battles, though I'm not sure if I'm still up to one. Well, it looks like you're gonna have to be because we're battling the next Eevee user. I love how they wave every time. I don't know why that little wave just looks so modest that it makes it so cute. Anyway, we've got the Jolteon coming out here with that luxury ball. I like that. Kind of weird to think, though, that that lady in the bikini might be the same age as the rest of these old ladies. Like, how the heck does she maintain that figure? I don't know, man. But the Jolteon is coming out, and I guess I'll just go for a Mega Horn. It's kind of strange that Tapu Bulu doesn't actually have any stab moves. Like, we have Nature's Madness, which always does the same HP, and then Mega Horn is, I guess, our best attack. But I do know this thing can learn a couple of pretty good attacks, like Horn Leech, and I guess that's about it. I'm not really sure what Tapu Bulu learns. It's definitely the Tapu that I've spent the least time learning about so far. But let's go for our Mega Horn and see how much that does. Oh, man, almost taking it out there. That's pretty sad. You know, I'm actually kind of curious what the heck a Nature's Madness would do if we used it now, but I'm pretty sure it would just leave it with, like, oh man, the Forest Ore. That sucks. I was kind of thinking she was going to go for one, so maybe I should have gone for the Nature's Madness, considering we haven't shown off the attack just yet, but we definitely got to see it when the Tapus use it against us. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, we are getting healed up a little bit every turn, kind of like a leftovers. That's because of the grassy terrain, so Tapu Bulu being out here basically makes it so that every Pokemon heals up a little bit after every turn, which is definitely a pretty cool terrain. I don't know, I really like the Tapus, actually. Just the terrain abilities are so awesome. And they're definitely even better when you use them in combination with other Pokemon, so in double battles, I can see the Tapus being super devastating. But you provide a dazzling blattle. And you provide, I don't know, when lightning strikes the earth, it is allowed up, or swallowed up, and it disappeared. Even if you try to whip up an old body into action, there are simply limits to what it can do. And besides, I really don't remember anyone called Kagatora. Are you kidding me? Oh man, well, that's another symptom of the older people. They do tend to forget things, but then again, I tend to forget things pretty often as well, so maybe I'm aging quicker than I should, or maybe I'm just forgetful for no reason. But over here, like I mentioned, there is a little bit of something in the community center, and that's a thrift shop, or I guess not really thrift shop, but basically a makeshift clothes store. And you can get a couple of cool exclusive hats here, like the street cap. I guess it's just the street cap, actually, but in plenty of different colors. We've got rare Thunderbolt, rare Cruel, rare Long Neck. I don't know what you call that part of the hat, but basically just the lip or something changes color. I just made that up. I really don't know if that's what it's called, but either way, pretty cool that there's a little store here in the community center, and since we never checked it out before, might as well talk to everybody in here. The next evolution we're going to be going after is still here on Ula Ula Island, and we're going to be flying off to the Blush Mountain, to the geothermal plants, so let's go away, my friend. And here we are on Route 12. I think that the geothermal plant should be right on up here, and it is still part of Blush Mountain, but yeah, we're going to be wanting to head into this little lab here. We came here such a long time ago, and actually we met up with Samson Oak. I wonder if he's still here. Oh, I guess not. But I think this guy here might be the next Eevee user. I may be the teacher here, but all I even understand from all this is that Pokemon and volcanoes are amazingly powerful. Okay, I guess that's not him. A little bit too young, but perhaps this man? I suppose I should be moving. I'll need to fix Espeon some supper. Ah, the Espeon user. Why, that's a question I haven't heard in many long years. I am Ishan, and that's, if that's what you mean, Kagatora? Oh, yes, I remember that boy. Now that is a tale that takes me back. And you want to have a battle with me? I suppose I could, but please keep in mind that I am an old man. Well, at least he doesn't look as old as the other old men. I guess there's like two types of old people. The ones that let themselves go, and then the ones that maintain that top-notch physique. Well, not really top-notch, but, you know, good enough to be a kind of buff-looking janitor. I guess he's not really buff, but to me the janitor definitely look a little bit on the buff side. Either way, I kind of forgot to switch on over to Tapu Fini, and that's why we're still out here with the Bulu, but that actually might help me answer the question of if you bring out another Tapu, will the terrain instantly change? I'm actually not certain, so let's find out right now. Yes, it does, as the Misty Surge is coming up. And I guess Tapu Fini has the one that has the fairy weather, or the fairy terrain, sorry. Because I was wondering, like, do they actually have a water terrain? I don't think so. But, let's try out the final Z move, the Guardian of Alola, one more time. Oh my gosh, this Espeon is also faster than us. What the heck? Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that, but it's all good because we can go for our signature move here. And it is time, Tapu Fini. Oh, I love how she, like, locks up and it looks like a fish, or I guess a little whale or marlin. I don't know, I guess it does kind of look like a marlin. That's a type of fish, right? Anyway, it is time to summon Exodia once again. Exodia, obliterate! Can't help but making the Yu-Gi-Oh reference there because I don't know why it actually reminds me of Exodia. It doesn't really look like it, but let's see if we can hit our Hydro Pump here, as this guy doesn't actually have a Horror Kind of random how some of them go for the Horror and some of them don't, but come on. Yes, we do hit the Hydro Pump, and that means Espeon is going to go down. Sadly for the Eevee user here, didn't put up much of a fight, but then again, none of them really did, so I don't know. Sarah's going to gain a level, though, and that is it for Ishan. There's no need for two suns in the sky. What? When the heck have you ever seen two skies in the sun? Wait, I said that backwards. Even the sun itself, who rises with such glory in the morning, must eventually set. So it is for human life, and I think that I see the moon rising on the horizon. But what about Kagetora? He's not that much younger than me. Do tell him I said hello. Oh, so Kagetora is actually pretty old as well. I guess just because of his trainer sprite, you can't really tell how old he really is, but either way, that is it for all of the evolutions here on Ula Ula, and that means there is only one remaining, and that is Sylveon. And as you guys saw at the very beginning, Kagetora said it was in the Seafolk Village, so let's go off over there. Charizard. And to be honest, I'm not really sure where in the Seafolk Village we're going to find this last person, but I have a suspicious feeling that he's going to be in one of the restaurants. Definitely not that guy, though, but this here is the restaurant where we met up with Looker a couple of times, and I'm just going to have a little look around. Whoa, look at that! There's actually a Zygarde cell in here. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to find that there, so I guess it's a good thing we came into this restaurant, but yeah, I don't think there's actually anybody here. I doubt that they'll be on the second floor, actually, so let's go check out some of these other buildings. I guess I'll use a little bit of this time to update you guys on what is going to be going on with the rest of Sun and Moon, unless it's actually, no, it's not that lady there, but wait, what the heck is this place? Isn't this where we got a whole bunch of items before? Yeah, it's definitely not in here, but we actually don't have that much left to do here in Sun and Moon, and I definitely have another playthrough planned, and whenever I do start that playthrough, I want to bring back Yokai Watch along as well. I know a lot of people have been asking me about when Yokai Watch 2 is coming back, because I definitely do want to continue that, but it'll be coming back once I start that new playthrough, so I still want to finish up everything we've got left to do here in Alola. But I believe this guy here is the last TV user. The daughter of ours uses or stuffs her cheeks with as much food as she can fit in there, and then she disappears off somewhere to paint. She's like some fey vagabond, I swear. Wait a second, this is not the guy after all. This is actually Mina's dad or granddad. This is actually just Mina's house here. That's pretty cool. It was this Snubble here that first sent our girl down the path to becoming a serious artist. When she showed Snubble a picture she'd drawn of it, this little fellow chewed that drawing to shreds in its delight. But Mina misunderstood and thought that Snubble had torn it up because it was bad. Oh, I mean, who's a Snubble to judge how good or bad an artwork really is? I don't know, Mina doesn't seem like she's all there, but I love how the boat is shaped like a Whiscash. Anyway, how the heck have I not found this final Eevee user? Is this her here? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this lady's always been here. Ah, Steenie for a Grand Bowl. Think I'm okay without that, but we've got one final building to check out, and that is the Steelix boat where we caught Delmise so long ago. And I certainly hope this is where we can find the last Eevee user, because I don't even know. Now, what if I told you the last Eevee user isn't an old person after all, and instead it's this little girl? I've got to go get in Sylveon some snacks at the Malasada shop, and you're the Sylveon user? You're looking for the Sylveon user, Sakura? That's my grandma. And that Kagatora guy asked you to come visit her? But my grandma died last year, you know? Oh, I know. Here, I keep Sylveon now, so how about I battle you instead? Wow, that's pretty sad, but I guess my prediction came true from earlier when I kind of thought the Bikini Girl was like the daughter, or I guess just child of one of the Eevee users, but hey, it turns out after all there is the child of an Eevee user, or in this case the grandchild, as the Sylveon user sadly passed away. We get to take on this little preschooler in the final battle, and I still have Tapu Bulu up first, but that's okay because we actually don't have any good attacks against this Sylveon, so this might not go too well here, but might as well go for our Zen Headbutt, and okay, she's actually not going to attack us anyway. I kind of thought that Tapu Bulu might get taken down here, but looks like it's not going to after all. And I do kind of feel like switching out to Tapu Fini because it's just so perfect that there's an evolution for each Tapu, or 2 evolutions per Tapu. So let's go back out to the Fini and finish off the final Eevee user, who is quite unexpectedly a little girl. But man, the theme of this whole Eevee side quest is definitely kind of sad. Like, it all has to do with death and growing older. I mean, there's not really anything wrong with growing older, and we do have to face the fact that everyone dies someday, but I don't know, it's still just kind of weird to find that in a Pokemon game, especially in a side quest related to such a cheerful, happy Pokemon like Eevee, especially Sylveon, who evolves from affection. It's like, man, you know her grandma gave this Sylveon all the love that she could, eventually passed away, and the Sylveon got passed down to the little girl. Begs the question, do Pokemon eventually pass away as well? I feel like they do because there's definitely like cemeteries for Pokemon, but I couldn't skillfully do what I learned from my grandma. She still throws her hands up in the air like she just don't care. Just proves the innocence of kids. They can be happy no matter what. The sweetest part of life is when you're cute, but the sweetest part is also the shortest. That's what my grandma told me. Maybe you can tell that to Mr. Kagatora or whomever. I'll definitely spread the message. But that does it for all of the Eevee users, so we've actually got to head back to Mr. Kagatora himself and let him know of the amazing discoveries that we made, aka beating up all those old people and little girl. And I kind of forgot where he was at. Oh yeah, the Thrifty Mega Mart. So let's fly over to the Battle Royal Dome, and for one last time today, I think it's time, Charizard, fly you fool! And here we are, boys. There was actually one more thing I wanted to let you guys know regarding the whole uploads of the next series and all. I'm still off in Texas with my family, and I'm actually going to be here for a little bit longer, but once I'm back home, that whole new playthrough will definitely start up and get into full gear. I actually think it'll start up a little bit before then, but while I'm still off over here and just enjoying my little R&R vacation kind of thing, I've been taking a little bit slower with these Sun and Moon vids. I hope you guys don't mind, but definitely come next month, we'll be kicking it back into full gear with more vids and more series and all that good stuff. But for now, let's go talk to Kagatora and finish off this quest. Oh, it's you! Wait, what? You beat them all? What happened then? Time truly is cruel to us all, isn't it? Fine then, I'm ready now. I have one last favor to ask of you. Would you let me have a battle? Of course, my man. If I do this, I think I'll be ready to let go. Let go? As in, like, you'll be ready to pass away? Okay, I mean, if it'll really help this guy out, then I am willing to do that for him. So, let's take on veteran Kagatora. And of course he's got the Eevee. I knew he would have the Eevee, because that's like the only evolution left to battle. Technically, Eevee is, I guess, not an evolution, but it's the original one, so it makes sense for this one to be the last one we battle. Anyway, since we still have Tapu Bulu up first, I guess I'll try out a Skull Bash. To be honest, I don't even know what this attack does. I guess it's a 2-turn move? Our defense rose, and here comes the double edge. I think on the next turn the Skull Bash will attack though, but oh man, that defense raise actually might have saved us from the critical hit double edge there. Pretty crazy, Tapu Bulu, but here goes nothing, or I guess something. And it's the Skull Bash, right? Yeah, there it is. Skull Bash, baby. And sadly, that is going to take down the little Eevee in one hit. And that's it for veteran Kagatora. I hope that gave you satisfaction, bro, because it was not the most climactic battle, but the bitterness of defeat, I must fully savor that as well. Speaking of savor, I'm getting kind of hungry, but enough, it's enough. Our day has come, and it is gone. But I haven't forgotten your reward. Here, I want you to take this! And for all of our troubles, we're finally going to get the Evium Z. I used that crystal back when I was a young trainer, but I don't need it now. You use it and you build a new age. I'll stay here and take care of the mortgage and the old age. Take care of the old age and the new age. Man, this is just such weird talk about all this stuff because I feel like it's stuff that I've been thinking about a lot lately, but maybe that's something we all think about, and maybe that's why this entire quest is in the game in the first place, to make us reflect on the fact that, life comes and goes, and it's all about the experiences you make and the people you meet and how you shape the world around you. Anyway, that is it for the EV quest. We've got the EVMZ in hand, and with that, we are actually going to end off this episode. So, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing once again, but I'm sure we can find some kind of adventure here in Alola, so I'll see you next time on Pokemon Sun and Moon.